Hello, everyone. This is JPL, and today I'm joined with
Christopher.
yes, and we are podcast
Podcast
name
name
in
in
brackets.
brackets.
Got you. I think I did almost.
I kind of got you too. Let's be honest.
Anyway, how are you doing today, Christopher?
Pretty fine, and you?
Fine. We opened a show this past week, and so it's just been all of my evenings have been show. All your days have been show as well. But
Yeah.
we start exams this next week, which is something. I have my senior defense on Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
Yeah.
Ooh, how are you feeling?
I gotta do the stuff first, and then I'll do that. So, ask me when I pass.
Okay.
No, I think I'm fine.
I'm so glad I graduated college.
Yeah, I
Holy
guess.
crap.
I'm getting there. I'll be glad and sad at the same time.
Yeah, I get that.
Gotta find the jobs.
Yeah. Oh, did I tell you we got an audio person at Sight and Sound now?
You
So,
did tell me that, yes.
Yeah.
Good, I guess.
Good for Sight and Sound at the end there. But,
Good for Sight and Sounds.
I was hoping you could fill that role.
Hoping that I could fill that role. Yes. But, maybe not. Wasn't meant to be. Anyway, what did we do? We had a week off.
We had a week off because I was an inconsiderate friend. I was juggling a lot of things last Sunday, and I did a poor job of communicating to John. I feel bad.
Sure. Oh yeah. No, I had Thanksgiving break, and then I had this past week. This past week feels like 2 weeks for me.
Yeah,
it really does.
That's fair. It feels like it's been a while.
I can't believe that a week ago was Thanksgiving break. That's just how much stuff we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. Yeah. No, I've been doing mixing this show. I think what the show I did today, I almost kicked its butt, I was almost perfect. So, no, the very last thing, I messed up. I was so close.
Hopefully everyone was swept up by the emotion that they didn't notice.
It's turning on people's mics. It wasn't just that, it was the whole ensemble that I needed to turn on.
Oh no. By the way, we had a mic issue this week.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, you ready?
What happened?
So, I mean, there have been times where, like, someone's mic wasn't working, and we kind of let it fly because they're minor or short enough on stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, this was bad. The lead shepherd, in the middle of the shepherd scene, his mic went out and runs off stage. After a few minutes, he comes back on stage and is on stage for the rest of the show, the next 10 minutes, including singing the lead of a song.
Okay.
The audio guy couldn't get to him on time, and so we had to call a show hold. The audio guy had to come on stage and take care of stuff.
Ooh.
I feel so bad for him.
No, we wouldn't even hold for that. We just continue. Let him sing without a mic.
I guess it's just for us,
We have a big theater. I get that.
We have a big theater. Yeah, it's a small one. We probably would have let it flow. But also, again, not just he was on stage for the next 10 minutes. He had a song to sing. It couldn't have flown. Yeah. Yeah. It was so bad.
No. Yeah, this show, we have 3 days off, which is going to be interesting when we go back.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't. was talking with Greg. We don't like the setup, the setup that we have, because they extended the stage more so into the first couple rows of the audience, which
interesting.
Which is bad.
Are you using which stage?
Our Tower Theater.
Tower Theater. Okay.
Which is bad because when the performers go up there, that's right in front of our speakers. Essentially, so that's a feedback zone, and on top of that, they also, because they've been doing this for some reason, they've built something in front of those speakers as well, and so the sound is bouncing off of that stuff they built down to the stage, where everyone is there. And on top of that, there's a scene that I hate so much, because they're also laying on the ground, and our microphones hate doing that. So it was just Feedback City, our opening night. It was just so painful.
But you kicked its butt today.
I kicked its butt today. Until the end, when I forgot to turn people's mics on. Yeah. I didn't forget. My timing was off. It's because they speak when they shouldn't be speaking. It's weird.
Classic students.
We had a big error today, where we had a scene transition. We go into this next scene, and one of our actors was missing. Like, for some reason, he didn't get on stage, and so the scene goes on. He has lines, and so they're like skipping him, but he has a song as well, right there, and it's like a whole minute that he's not on stage, and we sit there for like 30 seconds of them just awkwardly trying to come up with material to keep going. Then he runs on stage and starts singing immediately. No, it was great. It was great.
At least that wasn't your fault.
It was not my fault, but you know.
Did you kick his butt afterwards?
I kicked his butt. I done kicked his butt, you know? But yeah, no, that's been that. I don't know if you've seen any of my Gershner stuff.
I was planning to beforehand, but like I said, I wasn't feeling well, and I took a nap.
Yeah. During Thanksgiving break, we had the World Cup going on. And so the entire break, I was watching games. I've been enjoying the games. I love the World Cup, man. It's my favorite sporting event. It's the only sporting event I care about in the world. Happens once every 4 years.
I don't know if you saw this online, but so, America was supposed to play England. Do you know what they were saying online?
What?
Oh, if America wins, it's called soccer. And so we tied England, which is essentially the same as England losing. So everyone online was like, it's called soccer. And the people in the stands chanting, it's called soccer. See, it's hilarious.
It's called soccer if the U.S. won the World Cup.
That is true, but we still...
Because it's football for every other country in the world except for the U.S. of A.
It's so ironic that England created the term soccer. So.
England created that term?
Nah, if you Google it.
Okay. Whatever. But yeah, no. We're into the round of 16.
I heard South Korea's in that round, right?
South Korea and Japan in that round. Good for you. South Korea, however...
No, John. Japan in the top 16 is not good for me. I'm half Korean, okay?
I know.
Not half Japanese.
I know.
Gosh, John,
I was rooting for those two teams to go forward.
That means South Korea is back under Japanese rule, and I hate that thought.
See, none of them are going to win. Because we have a problem. South Korea is playing Brazil next. Brazil, top 3 teams in the world right now. which is sad.
When does that game happen?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
So I'm not betting on Korea. As much as I'd like to see them go on. Any Asian country go on. Korea, I don't think has much of a chance. Japan, they play Croatia, so maybe. But then they'd have to play Brazil if Brazil wins, so really it's not great for anyone. But who knows?
Has Brazil been blowing out people?
Brazil is just historically a great team. I've seen them, they've been doing good. Argentina's been doing good, France has been doing good, Spain has been doing good.
Do you hope America wins the World Cup one day?
If they have a good team, yes.
Or if they have a bad team but they win the World Cup?
I'd be very upset.
Why?
Because it's just like, they got lucky. There's no skill involved.
At least it'll be called soccer for the next 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
That's the only reason why I want America to win.
Yeah, no.
It's just
America.
so funny. That's all. It's hilarious. The people in the comments were like, kept bringing up the Revolutionary War, like how England already blew a 13-0 lead.
What's also funny is that England has never beaten the U.S. in the World Cup.
Really?
Yeah, they've always tied. They've always tied, and the U.S. beat England once in '55.
That is amazing. That is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh!
The entire week of break, like every game, they'd like advertise England versus US of A. Be there. It's gonna be the biggest game in this World Cup. We watch it. Nobody scores.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. See, like, this is hilarious. I love it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So did Ecuador not progress? I guess?
You know, they did good. But like I didn't expect them to go through.
Okay. So at this point, what do you think will be the last two remaining teams?
Well, if I take a look at the brackets, let me take a look at the brackets, because that will help me get the math on this right. So if we get to the semifinals, I'm guessing that Argentina and Brazil have to play each other there, and then it will have to be Spain and France for the other semifinals. That's my guessing. So I would want it to be Argentina and Spain or France. Definitely not Portugal. I don't want Portugal. I don't want England. And poor Netherlands. They keep making it to the final, but they keep losing. But I still want Argentina to go through. But yeah, that's what I think.
So when does it officially end?
I just closed the thing. When does it officially end? I think it's December 16th? 18th.
Sure.
The 18th is the end. So, we got a bit of time.
The end is nigh. And speaking about the end, in January, hitting theaters is another reiteration of Left Behind, starring Kevin Sorbo! Yay! What a trinity of Left Behind actors. Kirk Cameron, Nicolas Cage, and Kevin Sorbo!
Kevin Sorbo, what do you do again?
He is that guy who is essentially the lead actor of not every single, but a handful of like Pure Flix stuff. He was in God's Not Dead.
That guy.
He's in a few other things.
That guy.
Yeah.
The guy who's all right, who's not that bad. But he is everywhere, yeah.
He is pretty everywhere. Like, if it's not David A.R. White, it's Kevin Sorbo. And then if it's not Kevin Sorbo, it's Kirk Cameron. But this time, it's Kevin Sorbo's time.
Kirk Cameron. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe we're getting another Left Behind. Isn't that wild?
Left Behind, yeah.
What a trinity.
Yeah.
We should construct a shrine. We should construct a Left Behind shrine.
A Left Behind shrine?
Honoring the great American heroes that dared to put their names and reputation on the altar of
Nicolas Cage.
Kirk Cameron, Nicolas Cage, Kevin Sorbo. John, let's take a moment of silence to respect them.
Nicolas Cage. Yes. This week on What Did We Watch?
I actually have a couple things, actually. I forgot about one thing.
Yeah, one of the things also is that you're listening through the ambiance mix.
Yes. I will say one quick note about that. You have a Minecraft track on there.
I do.
Yes, and so I was kind of expecting it to suck. Not really.
Okay.
But
wow, that's big words.
I think here's the thing. Like, it's always the thing where, you know, if you don't know something, you don't fully know what it's going to be like. And because it looks, Minecraft looks the way it does, I guess I was expecting more 8-bit music, genuinely. So when you first put on the ambient mix, I'm surprised that fits, because I thought it was going to be more like do 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 kind of music.
Okay.
No, sounds great. Sounds great. So I'm very, very happy how it sounds.
I mean, Minecraft does have some of that music.
I bet it does, but the fact that I enjoyed that track, I'm very happy.
Yeah, you have to unlock those. Those come in playable discs.
That sucks. Therefore, I'm never playing Minecraft because I have to unlock those. No, give it to me right away.
You gotta unlock the 8-bit music.
The 8. You're saying?
Yeah, the 8-bit music that you're talking about. That's the stuff that you gotta find and.
Oh, never mind. Then maybe I will play Minecraft.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, like if there's anything that people can agree is that Minecraft music is solid.
Yeah, it is. I liked it.
Yeah. No, I listen to it while writing my play. It's just really soothing, peaceful, gets me in the mindset. That and Portal music.
I did like that first track. Second track, not as much, but I did like that first track.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's all where my thoughts lay, because by the time I got to Minecraft, I was really just like, I just wasn't feeling well earlier today, so I went to bed to lay down. So like in between each song, I got a YouTube ad. I was a little surprised those didn't keep me up, but I liked what I was hearing.
Yeah, and we'll hopefully get a resolution by next time.
Hopefully.
So we can move on to our different mix.
And hopefully by the end of the year, I will get another mix for you, aka Best Songs of 2022, which I have not worked on for a handful of months. Because I usually work on those throughout the year.
Yeah.
But I haven't touched it in months. I've discovered it's going to be pretty K-pop heavy, I feel. So
okay.
Discovering a lot of wonderful K-pop. That makes me so happy.
I'm happy for you.
And there's bound to be at least one repeat track. Narcissistic, I thought I loved it. That track.
Something I've been getting into recently is getting into AI artwork.
Frick! Not K-pop. Gosh, John, listen. There's something that brings happiness. It's called K-pop. But no, you said, let me go see stuff that is really fabricated.
Yeah, really fabricated. I've been playing around with it, just having fun. Mainly just seeing how they transform in images of myself. If you go on my Instagram, just for you, Christopher, you can just see all the different stuff that I've been doing. And I've been really liking the end results of them.
I don't know how to feel about that.
They're just really cool. It's fun. Just making me look weird.
Doctor Strange.
I don't know. I just look like things.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's been what I've been doing in the middle of shows. Just making an AI image of myself. Click. Look at that. I look weird. Post it on Instagram. Fun stuff. Okay. Anyway, back to what did we watch this week?
What did we watch? Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
Or who should go first?
Let's go chronologically then.
Chronologically. So you go first.
Yeah. Chronologically, what came out first?
Oh, chronologically what came out first. And I probably should go first.
Why?
Because I watched a movie from 2001.
Okay, then you do that.
This was part of the reason why I screwed up last Sunday, is that there was something I went to, and then there was a little after party that I was invited to, and I don't take the time to interact with people that often. But also, I need content for what I watched, so I can contribute to this podcast because I don't as is, and so we watched something starring
Nicolas Cage.
No. Hint: he's one of the main actors of a movie you love that we recently talked about.
That we recently talked about.
Yes.
Of a movie that I love.
Yes.
That we recently talked about.
Yes. I know that's really vague, but I'm curious if you can figure it out. I figured I could stretch your brain for once, John.
What do you mean by recently talked about?
Because I recently watched it.
You...
I'll add another word. I recently watched it again.
Oh. Matthew McConaughey?
No. I did not watch Interstellar that recently.
Leonardo DiCaprio? DiCaprio?
When was the last time I watched a movie by him? I can't remember. Inception? No, I only watched part of that.
What did you watch?
Oh gosh.
I don't know what you watched.
I watched something for the second time recently that I didn't enjoy as much. But
Christian Bale?
That we're getting hotter.
Heath Ledger?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. A Knight's Tale.
Okay.
You've not heard this movie?
I've only ever seen Heath Ledger in Dark Knight.
A Knight's Tale. Does that speak volumes?
Did you like it or did you not like it?
I was clapping.
Yeah, but faster? Clapping can be like, I hate it. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I enjoyed it a lot. It's it's essentially a comedy, so a movie that's not supposed to be taken seriously, with a bit of romance interlaced in it, but essentially, Heath Ledger learns to joust, and now and finds a girl to try to impress. There was one IMDb review that said something to the degree of it has all the elements, and with all these elements, it should not work, but it freaking does. And it's just really enjoyable. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's. I would argue it's on Mean Girls level, you know?
Mm.
Like, most of these movies in this area, this genre, shouldn't age well. It should be cringe, you know? It should be like, I guess if we have to watch something, we'll watch this. But you watch it, and you're like, this is solid for what it is. You know what I mean? Is it, Inception level? No. But is it, top tier, good, solid comedy? I feel like comedy is... I mean, I think inherently it is a comedy, but sometimes we overuse that word. But point being, it's solid. I really enjoyed it. So I would recommend it if you're just looking for a fun, dumb movie to watch. So
Fun, dumb movie to watch.
yeah,
nice.
If you want Mean Girls but with testosterone, A Knight's Tale.
Okay.
That's what I would probably advertise it. Maybe someone could tell me I'm wrong, but I like my description right there.
Mean Girls with testosterone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also, I will harken back to something I watched a little earlier, a few weeks ago, that I didn't bring up. That I don't necessarily want to bring up, but again, I must do my due diligence in contributing to this podcast.
Okay.
Released in 2002. See, I'm still going chronological.
All right.
Scooby-Doo.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did you not want to bring this up?
I don't know. I didn't really like it.
I get that. I really
get that. That is a movie that has aged. And
yes.
There's a degree where it has the charm of it being aged. Yes. But also, there's some things about it where I'm just like, I can't roll with this. No. I feel like there's an aspect where part of it wasn't trying to be great, but there's parts of it where it's just like, this shouldn't exist.
You can watch it and make fun of it, really.
Exactly.
It's that kind of fun. Yeah.
I don't know. There were some lines and comments that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah. An actor in it, Rowan Atkinson, who is Mr. Bean, he's in it. And that's one thing I remember.
Probably one of my favorite, dare I say, minor characters was the tiny Scooby dog Cornelius.
Scrappy.
Oh, he's a riot. He is great. Oh man, if there was just a movie of him being bonkers, I'd probably watch that.
Well, I think it got canceled.
Really?
I think it was the holiday film that they were wanting to release.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're saying the new one?
A new one, yeah.
But I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it is still the same essence of Scrappy, but still not this Scrappy. But then again, I've not seen any other Scrappy. So, anyways, I don't know. And also, the people look aged. The clothing looks aged. It's interesting.
It is interesting. I don't remember the last time I've watched those films.
I gave it 4 out of 10. Honestly, the more I'm talking about it, the more I want to give it 3 out of 10.
I don't blame you. I remember liking it as a kid, but
I feel like I'd rather watch The Bachelor.
Nah.
I don't know, but I've only watched The Bachelor once, so there's that. But The Bachelor was fun because I was also making jokes about that. I think Scooby-Doo, I was more mind numbed into what. It was hard to make fun of because I was a little what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings on it.
Next.
But not very positive. Anyways, yeah.
Next.
Relatively done.
Next of what I watched is we finally got our finale for Star Wars Andor.
Oh, so are we going in chronological order? So you didn't watch anything that released before Andor?
I did, but this is what I watched.
Gosh, John.
It's what I watched chronologically, not what came out.
Oh, I thought you were talking about freaking releases.
No.
Oh my gosh, John. Okay, fine. Continue.
No, I mean, yes, I was, but
what, John?
in regards to the other thing we watched, I assume.
Other thing?
We'll get to that later.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't think you watched
I have an idea what you mean.
Okay. Anyway, Andor.
Andor because.
Yeah, Andor.
Yeah.
I told you this. I really like Andor.
Yeah.
I've
only heard good things about it.
It's well written. It's well acted. It's one of the best things we've gotten recently. I don't think you'd like it.
Really?
I mean, maybe you would, but again, you had a hard time getting into the editing style of Rogue One.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe if I was able to, and it was more the visualization, not the editing.
Okay.
Visualization / directing. But like, if I maybe. The issue is it still has that stigma of Star Wars slapped right on it.
Sure.
So that is an issue. But like, if I did appreciate it for what it was, maybe I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Here's what
I wrote.
All right, go on.
This is a series that was excellent from start to finish, with very, very few moments that might feel lackluster. The writing was excellent, and each character was strongly put together. This is the most realistic writing that Star Wars has had. Each episode raised the tension that was brilliantly released by the end of an arc. The only negative I can give is that there should be more episodes. This was an amazing watch. Can't wait to see where the characters go on the second season. But yeah, no. Honestly, this was not what I expected. The story-wise, where the show would go. I thought the show would be more... I'm guessing what season 2 is going to be. I thought that's what it was going to be. Instead, we're just getting the prologue to season 2. But season 2 is going to be crazy. It's going to jump the timeline.
I am considering holding off Andor closer to season 2.
I don't mind that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, one reason I don't have Disney Plus right now. That's kind of the main reason-ish. But yeah.
What's sad is like we're not really going to get season 2 until like 24.
Yeah, I recognize that.
So it's kind of ugh. Do I like this more than Mandalorian? They're both good for different reasons. It's hard to say. But I really like this.
Cool. And it's pretty self-contained, right?
It is self-contained. You can watch it without having to watch anything else. It helps to watch other stuff, but you don't need to. Unlike Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, where you really need to have known some stuff. Here, you don't. Which is good for you.
Does this already add more weight to Rogue One?
It does.
Good.
It does. I mean, yes and no. But it adds more weight to the character.
Okay. Cool. Because I was curious because sometimes I feel like when there's the intention to add something as a prologue, sometimes it doesn't add the weight because, because you're trying to force things into the future, you know what I mean? From the past. And so if it actually did its job, then awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm
Season
glad
2.
it seems to.
I believe the show was originally designed to be 5 seasons.
Really?
At least they talked about it. But then they decided that probably was not going to work. So they put the next 4 seasons into just one full season.
How are you feeling about that?
I mean, it means less episodes. But we're going to get a cool story.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, that probably is the best choice financially.
I will say that it will probably be a bit jarring at first, like going different years in a whole season where what we had here was just like one whole year. Yeah.
Cool.
Next, I finished my Netflix Marvel run through.
Oh, you did?
With Jessica Jones season 3.
Yay!
I had not watched this season when it came out.
Oh, so this is your first time?
This was my first time.
Really?
I had watched like the first couple minutes, but then I stopped because season 3 came out the same time as we had a lot of just disappointing stuff, like SJW things, where it's like, all this political stuff in our recent stuff, and they had put that kind of thing within the first few minutes of this season.
Okay.
And I was like, nah. And luckily, it's just the first few minutes. The rest is fine. But yeah, here's what I wrote. This season was better paced than the second. It was slower in the beginning, but eventually picked up. The villain was effective for half the season, and then just kind of dragged on until it was close to the finale. Once again, important characters introduced in previous seasons are wasted and written off the show. They don't leave, but they just disappear entirely and forgotten by the main characters. The story of the season should have been in fewer episodes. Overall, an okay season that doesn't live up entirely to what was set up.
Okay.
Which is a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah. Especially being the last.
Being the last.
Of all of this.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special came out.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on that?
You did not watch it?
I did watch it.
Okay. I thought it was cute. I enjoyed it. It's cute with funny moments, interesting reveals. It doesn't affect anything, but it's still a fun watch.
I mean, James Gunn was talking about how Peter and Mantis's relationship, like, this opens a door of, like, how their relationship is going to be in the third one.
Sure.
I feel like that is the only real reveal.
It is.
Well, also, and the other, but which doesn't need this to explain it, but James Gunn was also talking about how the Guardians spot nowhere from the Collector. So
I don't like how throwaway that line is.
Oh, was that mentioned in there? I didn't remember.
Oh yeah, it was like a very throwaway line. Ever since we bought Nowhere from the Collector, well, this. It's so casually put out. And it's like, wait, what? When did this happen? Where was this scene? This would be interesting to see.
I also find it interesting that it makes their appearance in Thor: Love and Thunder even more jarring. You know what I mean? To go from traveling around with Thor to, oh yeah, we bought the planet. You know what I mean?
Sure.
There just isn't enough transition time there.
It is. And plus, like, the Collector was this figure that I guess they were building up that we only really got to see in What If be anything. Mm-hmm. And now it's just like, oh, I guess he's gone. We own this place. Cool.
Yeah. I liked Werewolf by Night because it made good use of its time. Like, it wasn't too long, it wasn't too short.
Okay.
I personally believe, and yes, I'm probably blowing this a little out of proportion. I'm not trying to. I do think the holiday special was just a little too long.
I think so too. It's really the music numbers. that take up the time.
Or more or less the montages.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I like the music numbers. Okay, I can kind of vibe with that. But the fact that we have one or two montages that kind of overstate their welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it a second time with Mom.
Oh, did you? Okay.
And on the second time, it's not as good. I could see the flaw in the editing and just in the overall project.
Yeah. So could have been 5 to 10 minutes shorter, but at the same time, I still think it proves the fact that these special presentations are is something that Marvel should continue to utilize.
Right.
Yeah. It's sweet, and like people are saying, and I agree. I think Mantis fully comes into her own in this project.
Yeah.
She's been such a sideline character, and even I was like, why does she exist? And now I'm like, okay, she's a sweet character. I hope that they treat her well in 3, which I believe they will.
Yeah, speaking of 3.
Oh, the trailer.
We had a trailer come out.
Yeah.
It's a bit soon, actually, I felt, for a trailer. But hey, it came out. What did you think?
I kind of watched it on someone's phone, so dare I say I didn't fully digest it. It really didn't do much for me. I've already kind of known that this movie's going to be on the more emotional, wrenching side.
Yeah.
And so I do think the trailer does portray that. At first, I was like, why are you playing this off as a comedy? And it went into like the craziness. I'm like, okay, there we go. But I also feel like that's what's probably even gonna be in the movie. First 15 minutes is gonna feel chill, and then it's gonna get into crap, and maybe the same thing Ant-Man's gonna do. Let's be honest. I at the end of the day, I don't necessarily think this has changed my expectations for this movie, because I've already Ant-Man lowered my expectations, that trailer, but this one, it didn't necessarily decrease my expectations, didn't raise them. I've already have had high expectations for this because I am expecting a good story. So
yeah, I'm hoping. I hope that I like this one. I'm down to watch this one in theaters.
Man, I really hope it's good. I believe it will, but there's always a little bit of doubt. Disney's been but also they even on the poster, a James Gunn film, which I was surprised that they did that. Especially considering like this year we've had Taika and Raimi and Coogler, being like directors, and 2 of the 3, their vision got, taken from under them by Disney, and then the fact that like we've had very few movies that like promoted their director. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I feel like the most recent one we kind of got was like Eternals, maybe before this year. Like Eternals, I feel like was one of the few Marvel movies that are like, we have this director on hand. You know what I mean? And so them to put it as part of the logo, essentially, sandwiched in between the Marvel Studios and the Guardians of the Galaxy logo, a James Gunn film. I'm like, interesting. So I really hope that at the end of the day, this is like his story that he wants to share. So, which I believe it will be. That's why I have hope for it. That's why. Anyways.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to this one. Spider-Verse comes out. We don't have a trailer yet. We'll get one, I think, next week.
The 13th.
Next week. 13th, yeah. So, looking at June, there's like there's a lot of films that come out in June.
I'll say, the fact that what they're teasing for this next Spider-Verse movie has me intrigued. I'm like when I watched it with you, right? I got a headache. I don't know if I want to go through that again, but I'm intrigued with its story. So I don't know if I'm bouncing back and forth. Do I want to see this in theaters or not? I don't know. All I know is I can't do IMAX. I could not.
Oh, no, I get you. Yeah. Another thing coming out in June is it's a new Transformer films.
Oh my gosh! Yay!
Yay! I had no clue we were getting another one. I really should expect it. Honestly, when they announced it, it's like, oh, we're getting a new one. Okay, I'll watch it later.
Yeah, for
I
fun.
generally enjoy the action, but they're all the same film basically.
And then Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. We got a trailer,
which I did not watch.
Huh?
Which I did not watch.
Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Like, I want to be excited for this, but I'm also scared about what they're gonna do. With a title called The Dial of Destiny, the time travel rumors are like making me like, oh no, don't do it. Yeah, because like each Indiana Jones film has been based in some sort of historical, realistic thing. I mean, they do crazy stuff, but like the thing that they search for is based on his history. Here, like the Dial of Destiny, what is that? I don't know. Mm-hmm. What's it based on? I don't know. Are they making it up? Probably. I just hope it doesn't do the things that I heard that they're gonna do. I want to like it. I really do. But I'm kind of nervous.
I think it's possible that they could do those things, but you'd still like it.
Time travel?
Yeah.
See, the time travel is one thing. It's the other thing that I heard them very concerned about. I won't tell you what it is.
Yeah, I figured.
But I'm so scared. But I'm gonna see that in theaters for sure.
And that releases when?
June.
Is it June?
Yeah, we have 4 films in June: Indiana Jones, Transformers, Spider-Verse, and I believe Mario.
That's a stacked month.
It is. It's a stacked month.
It's a little too much.
Yeah.
I guess also speaking of those movies, the new Mario trailer.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know, man.
I don't care. I don't
really care either.
We had a trailer for a film called Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, I heard about that. You gonna go see that in theaters?
Heck no. I'm not gonna watch this film.
I actually thought it was some indie movie, but then I realized, oh my gosh, it's like Universal and Paramount. That's wild.
Based on a true story, apparently.
Amazing.
Amazing. We're getting a Grinch horror film.
Yeah. Horror movies have been doing pretty decently at the box office this year, which is
public domain.
Thanks.
Gotta love it.
Oh yeah, there was that Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's released yet or not.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with the online attention it got, it probably should have some limited theatrical release. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like something like that, if it didn't get any attention, yeah, just straight to digital. But like if it got enough online attention, I feel like some people would go see it in theaters for the fun of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like a weekend only showing. Yeah.
So the last show I watched.
Just speaking of movies in theaters, I heard The Bells. Currently, the weekend box office, and people aren't really going to movies like they used to. It's at number 6 of the top 10. Mm-hmm. It's made under $2 million.
Wow.
Yeah. And in some respects. So let me go through a little mental gymnastics as I was going through this, okay?
Okay.
I knew people would go see this movie. Like, they're at baseline, like, I knew that it would crack at least $1 million. But like, sight and sound, people travel to see our shows. And expensive theater ticket. In comparison to a movie theater ticket in their town. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, people are gonna go see this. I knew that for a fact. But Thursday's box office return was incredible. We got over $750,000. That's incredible, honestly. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Thursday night. We're gonna do amazing. But no, Friday we made less than 500,000. I think Saturday we made another like 750, and then I think today it was around 400 again. I guess I was really optimistic with what happened on Thursday. I thought it would do better. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, this is still new territory. This is still pretty cool. Obviously, like, the movie market is so bad right now that a Christian movie like this can't even enter the top 10. Right? I mean, like, you would think that like number 10 would be minimum $1 million, and they can't even do that in this current climate. But I mean, at the end of the day, good for them. I mean, obviously, people are seeing it. I'm glad they are. I thought just based on Thursday, it was gonna do better. So a little disappointed on that front, and especially the fact that, like, especially you look at Violent Night's numbers, like it did like $1 million or something. I don't know, like Thursday night, and then millions the next day. So, I thought that's a normal trend. We see that with Marvel movies too. So I thought that was going to be the same if I heard the bells. But yeah, it is what it is. And we'll see what will happen. And at the end of the day, from what I heard, the movie costs about $3 million to make. But, we have our theatrical production. So at the end of the day, that is what's really bringing in the income. And so even if we couldn't break even in theaters, I know that we're okay enough financially.
How about Avatar?
Huh?
How about Avatar?
What do I think? I have no clue. That's such a mixed bag. What do you think? Like, I know,
$2
like,
billion to break even, quote unquote.
This is my thought. I know there's some people who think, and it is, dare I, it is relatively past its prime, or late. However, there's still enough people who like the first movie. There's still enough people who are curious enough to watch it, and there aren't enough movies to go against Avatar. It's gonna do some numbers. I guess, like, it'll be. I feel like it'd be a win enough for Disney for it to even. It'll be a big win if it does crack $1 billion. That is what I'm curious to see, if it will crack $1 billion. But I have no clue. I feel like if these Marvel movies, these mid-Marvel movies, are doing decent enough, I feel like Avatar can as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
But who knows?
Anything
can happen. So, how are you? Did you like the first Avatar movie? Or?
I don't think I did. I thought it was just okay.
Okay.
I'm obviously, at the time, it was visually the best thing to ever come out. But like, we're way past the time where visuals impress an audience. Right. I think the only visuals left that impress people is de-aging and deepfakes.
What were your thoughts with that, with the Indiana Jones?
Yeah, it looks really good. Okay. I mean, it looks really good. Yeah, I could say that.
Yeah.
And the last thing I watched.
Oh, we're moving on.
Yeah. The last thing I watched. I finished that Fantastic Four TV cartoon.
Okay.
Here's what I have to say.
Mhm.
A show that does a good job at portraying the Fantastic Four. The art design takes time to get used to. Still not great. And the animation can be lacking at times, which is most of the time. The stories are alright and could be presented better. Overall, a decent watch that was probably good at the time it came out. I don't think it's aged the best.
So with that in mind, are you going to see Avatar in theaters? I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
I'm not.
Anyways, moving on.
Moving on to what?
Moving on.
You gotta tell me. What are we moving on to?
That's a good question. What should we move on to, John?
I don't know.
Oh, I have an idea, actually.
Yeah?
MCU Phase 4 has officially concluded. Except for Wakanda Forever. You've seen everything. I've seen everything.
Correct.
Yeah. Let's look back at it a little bit.
Look back at Phase 4.
Yeah. I feel like my outlier thoughts is that 2021 gave us hope, you know, and 2022 dropped the ball.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I think during 21, WandaVision was good enough. Loki had a progressive story. There was Spider-Man: No Way Home. Shang-Chi was a surprise. But then this year, Moon Knight was meh. She-Hulk is. Miss Marvel was disappointing. Multiverse of Madness was overhyped. Thor
okay.
was. And Wakanda Forever is arguably the best product besides the special features. And still could have been better,
Sure.
It's really sad how bad this year was. And this I don't know. I feel like they're gonna recover enough for Secret Wars, for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a few movies that will do decently. Say Guardians of the Galaxy, Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four.
They are reassessing their current slot.
I did see that. Thank God. But the point is, the damage has been done.
Right.
And obviously they've already slotted some dates for Phase 7. So,
Christopher.
What?
Can you believe it's almost been a year since No Way Home came out?
It's been a year. That is wild.
It is so wild.
What a disappointing year it has been.
Really. Multiverse. No Way Home. Nothing has come close.
Pretty much. It's really sad. What are some of your thoughts? I have one more thing related to that.
Thoughts in terms of what?
Phase 4. Do you have any thoughts you want to add to that?
Phase 4. Was really, I don't know. It was kind of like the transition, it seems. It's like the setting up for Phase 5. That's what this phase is about. Like Phase 2 was setting up Phase 3. Phase 4 is really just here to set up the multiverse thing in Phase 5 and 6.
Oh, really?
Poorly, yeah. hopefully it gets better. Wink, wink.
Multiverse of Madness was supposed to release before No Way Home, and honestly, in hindsight, I wish it did.
In hindsight, yeah.
With that in mind, if that did happen, that would have opened for America Chavez cameo in No Way Home.
Phase 4 started with what? WandaVision?
WandaVision.
Wow.
Yep.
That was a somewhat promising start.
Yeah.
Looking back, it really was.
It really was.
Even though we did feel cheated by the end.
I mean, I didn't because I wasn't involved in that world, but
right, but still,
a lot of people were.
But still, yeah, none of the shows have really lived up.
I think the thing that was really cool about WandaVision is that it really now you told me what happened with the finale episode / episodes, but
right.
WandaVision was one of the few shows to do what I hoped Disney Plus would do. Take advantage of it being a streaming show and not worry about time constraints. That's why I'm partially so excited about these special presentations that, it could just, not worry about time, not worry I have to fit within a 5-hour box limit. Because, if you look at it, WandaVision, Loki, She-Hulk, all these shows are essentially around the 5-hour mark. It's wild to me. They're all 5 hours. Man. I think that it was just not good that Multiverse of Madness promised more than it was, especially coming off No Way Home. And in She-Hulk, really, I feel like torpedoed.
Yeah.
And Thor: Love and Thunder as well.
2022 especially, just really rough year.
Really rough year.
Really rough year.
With that, here's my Phase 4 ranking that nobody asked for, but I like ranking things. So,
right.
I'll go. Should I do top to bottom or bottom to top?
Do bottom to top.
Bottom to top. So in our 1 star, where's the She-Hulk? What a surprise. Just pains me to say because I wanted to like the show. And then next is Black Widow. It just isn't that great in hindsight. It was a fun first watch, but just I struggle rewatching it. It does. Next is Miss Marvel. The story is atrocious. I like the actress a lot. I feel like she is the only saving grace of the show, and she's not enough to save the show. Also, the visuals. I know you had issues with the visuals, and other people did too. Specifically, more because as it relates to her power change. But I liked it. I really liked it. I really, really, really liked that first episode. It set itself really well visually. It didn't capitalize so well as it went on, but that first episode gave me way too much hope. In the tier category, next we have Falcon and Winter Soldier. Also, these star ratings are more of within the MCU, not if I'm to critically judge these among other movies. So I just want to point that out.
Okay.
Because No Way Home is a 5-star, but would you say it's a 5-star compared to Inception? They're 2 different movies, 2 different things. Anyways, sorry. Next is Falcon Winter Soldier. I am going to put a pin on this one. It really depends what happens in Captain America 4.
Yeah.
That's really going to affect my perception of this. Because I'm afraid that movie is going to be a little bit of a rehashing of, of him accepting the role as Captain America. I feel like the director teased that. And if that's the case, I'm like, we already went through this. I think there's potential that I will appreciate Falcon and Winter Soldier more. But overall, as a show, I didn't love this show.
Yeah.
Next is Moon Knight. I think this is one of the most overhyped things among fans. Fans seem to love this show, and I don't get it. I think it had the elements, it didn't capitalize on them correctly. It being as I probably would have preferred it as a movie. I feel like the flow would have been better. I feel like the episodes were a little too choppy. Because the transition to episode 5 and 6 is jarring. It just, I don't know. And then overall, the story didn't captivate me as a whole. Oscar Isaac's acting is great. That's all I can really give it. And also, like, the little, like, the beginning, like, the hospital scene in episode 4 was, like, you know, a mind screw. And I thought that was fun. But, I don't know. Next, we got Thor Love and Thunder. It's not even funny enough. The gags are lame in the long term, you know. Next is What If. What If is weird because it's not a consistent thing, understandably so. I will say this. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? Is the best MCU release of Phase 4. I will say that. That is my favorite release of the MCU. Of Phase 4. Okay. It had that Infinity War ending of all hope is lost, you know?
Sure.
That darkness. Oh my god, I love it so much. It's so emotional. So good. I think it's a very well balanced thing. But yeah, What If has its fun moments. What If has its weak moments. But, you know, it's, I think also partially when you think about it, just the fact that, because, especially the fact Multiverse of Madness didn't fully capitalize on it, we don't know if it will be capitalized on in the future. It feels like a stranger among the rest of the MCU. Next up, this one might surprise people. 3-star category, or in the 3-star category now we have Eternals. It's mid, but in my opinion, it's not horrendous. I feel like especially the things I just previously mentioned, we've had way worse things that have released than Eternals. Eternals isn't incredible, but it's not horrendous, in my opinion. I feel like I feel similar with like Captain Marvel. I feel like many people hate that movie. I'm mid about it. I don't think it's incredible, but I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. I think it just kind of exists, you know? So
sure.
I'm willing to put that there. Next up, Loki, season 1. It has its highs, and its highs are high, but its lows are pretty mid.
Yeah.
There's just some episodes that drag, but some episodes are exciting, and some of the humorous moments are solid. Owen Wilson is a great addition, but the lows can't carry this. Sorry, the highs don't make up for the lows. I'll put it that way.
No.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I'll say this: I don't feel like it fits. I don't know what effect this has on the MCU. I don't feel like it does. At the end of the day, I feel like it's similar to Eternals where it exists, but at least in comparison to Eternals, it's at least fun. I feel like this is a decent movie to kind of just pop on for fun, you know? But doesn't mean it's great.
Yeah.
Because it's not. 4-star category. WandaVision. Again, I feel like it's been a while, but also like I don't think. And again, we're comparing this against a very mid phase, so I feel like arguably WandaVision is a lot better than the things I have mentioned. WandaVision, again, like it impressed me with the choice of episode lengths from 20 minutes to 50 minutes, first and last episode. The concept is fun. Episode 8 is pretty solid in like showing her grief a bit. There are some solid moments, but I do think it is overhyped by Wanda fans. I
Sure.
do think that.
Yeah.
Next up, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. It's fun. We kind of just talked about that. I don't think it's incredible, but it's fun, and it's not horrendously long in comparison with like some of the other things I mentioned. That is one thing I did consider with this ranking. Which one would I rather watch? And one of those factors is time. I'd rather watch the Holiday Special in comparison to WandaVision. And one of those reasons is time. So Holiday Special is shorter. Next up, Werewolf by Night. It's a little more exciting than the Holiday Special, arguably. Specifically more near the end. I feel like by the time I get to the end of the Holiday Special, because again, you mentioned a song. At least it's an original song that's kind of, is it fun? I forget. The first song was kind of fun. But by the time you get to the end, you're kind of done.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night, the ending is what you've been waiting for. Next up, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I want to rewatch this one because I feel mixed about this position. Because again, this is arguably the best thing from this year, besides the special presentations. Because I feel like some people are debating on that. So, because I can see that there was care put into this, especially in comparison to the Multiverse Madness and Love and Thunder. But it's not. I don't think it's as amazing as people are touting it. But dare I say, unfortunately, it is one of the better things this year. You know, I don't mean unfortunately because of Black Panther. I think it's unfortunate that it is like the only good thing this year. But the story could have been better as well. I do think so. At least there was a care, but I think I'm also whipped because of Shuri, and I like Shuri a lot. So keep that in your mind. And speaking about whipped, we are entering 5-star category with Hawkeye. I'm whipped for Kate Bishop as well. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. You got a good personality. You'll make me sit the next 5 hours. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, Hawkeye. If it wasn't for Kate Bishop, yeah, I probably wouldn't sit through this. But it's Kate Bishop. I'm sorry. I feel like that is most people with Black Widow. They're like, oh, I like Yelena, therefore I'll watch Black Widow again. You know. And
Right.
while Yelena is fun, she doesn't keep me on to watch Black Widow. But that's the case with Hawkeye for me with Kate Bishop. Yeah, I'm sorry. She carries that show for me. Yeah, I do agree. Could be better. I don't know much about Kingpin, but a little bit I've heard. Yeah, he could have been portrayed better. The 6th episode, the last episode, editing is kind of off because I was talking about like how the fights, like there are 3 fights going on: Kingpin, Echo, and Hawkeye, and they happen in blocks instead of interlacing them, and it just kind of made for a weird watch. I feel like that could have been edited better. Anyways, so yeah, not the best in execution, but I'm with. Next up, Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings. Yeah, I feel like that surprised a lot of us. We weren't expecting it to be as enjoyable as it was.
When I think back on it, I think of it more positively than whenever I think back on it. Just looking back at everything we have in Phase 4, it's like, huh. That's really better than what we've been getting for a while now, yeah.
It is sad. It really is. Because I think in the grand scheme of things, you compare Shang-Chi to a normal movie, and I don't think we look at Shang-Chi as highly.
Yeah.
But when we look at the rest of Phase 4, we're like, holy crap, that was decent. It's so sad. But yeah, I mean, against Phase 4, it's enjoyable on its own. It's decently enjoyable. Yeah. Top is No Way Home. There was me looking back at this. I'm like, is it just because we got the 2 Spider-Man? But no, they ended things well for Tom Holland. Like,
I'm really excited to see that. Yeah.
Exactly. It set him up. It set him up for a way we're excited about. The beginning, I feel like we could kind of skip over it a little bit, but like it ends well, and the 2 Spider-Men are a satisfying inclusion. The villains in there are kind of fun, though not all got their due. Green Goblin got his due. Yeah, but even as much as we like No Way Home, I look at this and I almost feel like it's wrong that it's at the top, because at the end of the day, for a movie on its own, it's not a 5 out of 5.
No.
But out of this Phase 4, it is. And it's really sad looking at this list of how mid this year has been. Sorry, not this phase. This year especially, but this phase has been. Ranking concluded.
That's a valid list, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the main thing people disagree with me on is Loki and Eternals. I feel like more people will put Loki up higher and more people will put Eternals lower. And maybe Falcon Winter Soldier, maybe people will put that a few rungs up. But yeah. Yeah, I'm still enough on the train to watch crap that's going to be released. I hope Secret Invasion will be good. I guess I hope Quantumania will be good. I'm pretty positive Guardians of the Galaxy will be good. I mean, I feel like the most mid we got this year is probably the Marvels, and even that I hope it will be good. So I doubt it, because I've seen a few things the director said that's made me question. Some things she said made me feel like, okay, maybe. Some things she said made me go, I don't know. So I think there is hope, but again, I feel like Quantumania is going to be more about progressing the MCU forward than telling a good story. But then again, that's what Multiverse of Madness was supposed to do, and it couldn't even deliver on both of those fronts. So we'll see what will happen.
Yeah, it goes back to what I said, especially with Phase 4. I'm more excited about the announcement of the projects than the projects themselves.
Yes.
Like She-Hulk, I was really excited for She-Hulk just by the announcement, but just watching the show, it's like, no. Clearly does not live up to what I was hoping.
It's so sad.
I know. So sad.
And like me watching Ms. Marvel, I was really hoping that would be something that I could like wave in the face of the haters, be like, you have to watch this. This is actually decent. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's Disney Channel quality, but it's good Disney Channel quality, and it couldn't even do that. Like, Camp Rock has a more coherent story than Ms. Marvel. Like, can you believe that? No. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I fell in love with the MCU because we had good stories. We're not even getting that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I did forget something on my list. We actually have something that is better than Spider-Man No Way Home. Can you believe it, John? Sitting atop of Spider-Man No Way Home is Morbius, the most incredible movie that released this year.
Yeah, baby.
It changed my life.
Yeah, baby.
baby. It's Morbin time.
Morbin time.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That movie got a 10 out of 5 stars. That's how good it was.
It was number 1 on Netflix when it came.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You know what I bought during Black Friday?
What?
Or at least after Black Friday.
What?
I bought the Venom movies.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Is that how desperate you are right now?
No, it was like they both came together. I'm like, you know what?
Okay.
It's about time.
Yeah.
It was $20. I feel like
Okay.
I could have gotten it for cheaper if I actually went on Black Friday, but
Was this Blu-ray?
no. No, just DVDs.
Are you kidding me, John? You should have gotten that for 10.
I know. I honestly, it probably would have been 10 on Black Friday. But I was an idiot. I was like, no.
I'm really surprised you got that over Endgame. Like, you still don't have Endgame yet.
I still don't have Endgame.
Oh my gosh, John. Wow.
It's because it's 2 films versus 1 Endgame.
That's kind of fair, but still, man. Wow.
I know you're wow.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably watch them over Christmas with Morbius and the family.
Yeah.
It's gonna be horrendous.
I don't know, man. Like, what would you rather watch, John? Morbius or She-Hulk? That's a hard question, I'm not gonna lie.
That is a really hard question. Because I've already seen She-Hulk, I'll say She-Hulk.
Okay.
Ask me again when I've seen Morbius.
Wait, you haven't seen Morbius yet?
I have not seen Morbius.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I legitimately thought you already had. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
No, I was going to, but then I didn't. So that's why I bought the Venom movies, because I was like, you know what? It's the same universe. I'm going to buy these films. We're going to watch it as a family, and we're going to watch Morbius.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. You have not seen Morbius yet. Oh my gosh, John. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not seen Morbius. I have not morbed like all you kids.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have you seen Morbius?
I have seen Morbius.
Wow.
Like I mentioned, I bought it on 4K.
You did.
I did.
No. You did not.
I did.
What?
I did. I don't even have a 4K player. Heck, I can't even play Blu-rays.
Oh no, Christopher! Why? Why'd you do that?
Because I'm the Morbius of all Morbs.
Anyway, I think that's a good place to end this for today.
I will say I bought it on eBay, so I got it for like, I don't know, $30 cheaper or something, $20 cheaper. I forget. Yeah.
Okay.
So I got it for like $15 in comparison to like, I don't know, $30.
I probably should have checked eBay. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that, John.
I was like, I had cash.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm gonna go to the store. Maybe there's Black Friday. They didn't. But it's like, oh look, more Venom. It's like, well, God. I don't want to leave empty-handed, so I just got that.
Oh my gosh, John, that is hilarious. I don't know what's worse, me or you in this situation.
You.
Why me? Why me?
You can't even watch it.
Okay, but you bought freaking Venom on DVD for $20.
But I can watch it.
I would have tried to get the Blu-ray at least.
It's 2 films.
I would have still looked for the Blu-ray.
I honestly, DVDs is my base level. That's where I go to. Blu-rays if I really want the Blu-ray. Okay. Speaking of Blu-ray, I'm gonna get No Way Home.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Question about. I guess I wonder, are they even gonna put the More Fun Stuff version on DVD or not?
Maybe one day.
I know it's streaming, but DVD. I wonder if it's going to be a streaming thing only.
I'll probably buy the streaming version.
I think it's on Stars. Do you still have Stars?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
When have I ever had Stars?
We watched a few movies on Stars, didn't we?
That's when we got the free trial.
Was that the free trial?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That was way back when.
Oh, I legitimately thought you had Stars.
No.
Oh, wow.
Just to watch those films, I got the free trial.
Wow. Okay. Okay, John.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, I just one thought. I guess for me, I'm thinking about like. Did we talk about like 4K going and then there's now 8K? Did we talk about that?
We did talk about this.
Okay, so I guess kind of my thought, because I mentioned about getting the Interstellar, the 4 versions, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, digital code, saying for $15 at Walmart. And I'm like, maybe one day I will upgrade up to 4K, and so therefore I don't want to spend all this money on DVDs. You know what I mean? I would like to look into like getting, more top tier stuff. So I don't want to spend like $100 on DVDs I enjoy only to eventually have to put them on 4K. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's my thought. So that's why Interstellar was so cool. It's like, oh, it's all 4. I can play the DVD now, and then I can have the 4K later in the future. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's my thought. Anyways, so that's why I was a little freaking out about the DVD Blu-ray earlier. Anyways. Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Also, another small thing. Love Dive by IVE won Song of the Year at the Mnet Asian Music Awards. That's a song that went narcissistic. My God, I love it. That song deserved it. I'm just saying. I know you don't really care, but I figured because I played that song for you, I figured I'd mention it. So it all goes full circle.
Congrats.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.